Radio 95.3 FM and 1350 AM. The Ticket.
All right, Prater the Ballgame rolling right along. Trivia coming up with rock jocks and pop culture. That's going to be a fun one today. But first, this is our video segment, so we welcome our viewing audience and welcome one of our favorite guests on this show. He's one of the best offensive linemen in Boise State football history. He's been a Pro Bowler in the NFL and a stalwart on the Washington Commanders offensive line, played 100% of the snaps again this year. One of our favorites, as I said, Charles Leno Jr. hanging out with us right now. Chuck, welcome back to Idaho Sports Talk. Congratulations on everything. Can't wait to talk to you, man. How are you?
Hey, I'm doing good. How you guys doing? How you been?
Been really well, man. We love having you on. We pay attention to you, Leno. You guys almost turned that thing into a playoff run, 8-1. Like I said, you played 1,000% of the snaps again on the season. And you're nominated for the Walter Payton Man of the Year Award for your charitable work. Pretty good year for Charles Leno Jr., I'd say, right?
Yeah, it was pretty good personally, but, it's a team game, and, I wish we could definitely got in the playoffs so we can compete, because I think we showed who we really are that last game of the season going against Dallas. And I'm looking forward to next year with the guys we got. So it was good. It was a good year, but, personally for me, but still, it's all about the team.
Charles Leno, former Boise State offensive lineman, now in the NFL with the Washington Commanders. Yes, it is a team game, but it's an individual award, the NFL Man of the Year Award. And we're going to get you some details as Charles is out there trying to win this sucker. I think this is the most important, and I know Johnny does too, award that the NFL gives every single year. Charles, tell us what you think about this award, what it's like to be nominated, and you're out there working it hard, dude. This must mean very much to you.
Yeah, what this award means is, first and foremost, it's an honor, to be recognized for the work you do on and off the field. But at the end of the day, like for me, me and my wife started our foundation, and the funds that we do, the funds that we have, it's all on us for the last couple of years. So all this pushing to place and different rankings and stuff like that, it's to help help fund our foundation so we can keep doing the things that we do in the community, because it's something that we're really passionate about and something that we love to do. So I just want to make sure that we continue to do this, and make sure it's just not a one-time thing. Like, this is something that I've been doing in the community ever since I was in Chicago, and I'm going to continue to do while I'm in the league. So it's really, really cool to be recognized, even though I'm somebody that really doesn't care about all the accolades and all that type of stuff. That's not what I'm playing the game for or want. But it is good to see, it is good to have that, recognition every once in a while.
He's been in the NFL. Charles Leno Jr., Boise State fan, is a 9-year NFL veteran right now. How about that? What a career Chuck is carving out in the National Football League as one of the most reliable tackles in the entire sport. I wanted to talk to you about you versus Tank Lawrence this year. I think you have a platform to let everybody know just how you did against him, Chuck. But first, I want to get back to the charitable stuff a little bit. And tip my cap to your wife too, Jen. She has been such a rock star with your campaign on this, with Twitter, and to have that type of support. But what was it about your foundations, Charles, that make you want to give back to this level? A lot of people have foundations in the league, but not a lot of players are nominated for the Walter Payton Award. Why do you guys take this to that level? What inspires you with all this stuff, Charles?
What really inspires me, first and foremost, really inspires me is where I'm from. Growing up in Oakland, California, and being in the situation I'm now, I just see a lot of people who don't have, and a lot of people who don't have, first and foremost, the need, the necessities and things like that, but also they don't have the awareness. And one of my biggest things is all about awareness and shedding light on different foundations, different organizations, all these different groups of people who are willing to help and are out there willing to help. A lot of people just don't have the the awareness and the knowledge of these people out there in the world trying to help. So I just want to first share light on that. Secondly, I don't know, it's just it's just it's something that me and my wife love to do. Like when we were in Chicago, we worked with so many different groups of organizations and different people. We saw so many different people, and
Awesome.
you know, she actually has a background in nonprofit management. And I remember when I was in Chicago for my first couple years, we were just talking to each other, and then ended up dating. Like I remember her telling me like, you know, you should. I was like, oh, I want to get into the community. She's like, you should work with the team. The team always has stuff like that you can set up and do. And I was like, all right, I'm gonna try some of it. So, you know, she encouraged me to go out there and get out in the community to, you know, just keep. Because she always just told me like, you never know what impact you might have on one person, and that can turn into something else as well. And so that's what we're all about. We're all about paying it forward, and that's our whole motto of our Beyond the Entertainer is paying it forward. You know, one thing positive that I do for someone might lead to something else bigger down the line. You never know. So just keep paying it forward.
All right, Charles Leno, I want you to hang with us for a second. I think you've seen this. It's been out there on social media. I believe you and or your family members have retweeted this, but I want to share it with our listeners here. There's a familiar voice and a man that's very important in your life who's out there very proud of you for what you've done with this NFL Man of the Year award. So our listeners, this is a guy by the name of Chris Peterson talking just the last 24 hours about Charles Leno.
Charles Leno, it's been a while, but not really, because I actually follow you every single weekend and know exactly what you're doing. Coach Pete here, and I'm just here to say how proud I am of you. You know, I remember like it was yesterday, I think it was 2008, Coach Strasser comes into my office and says, I think we need to make a trip down to the Bay Area to see this basketball player. And I'm like, basketball player? He goes, I think you can play football too. So I remember going down there, and I think we watched a game or a practice. And then I believe we went to your grandmother's house, had a home visit, and we walked out, and Coach Strauss said, what do you think? And I'm thinking, this is exactly what we need at Boise State. And I think about your time there and the impact that you had there, tremendous. I remember you as a player, just a guy that we always could count on, but more importantly for me, as a guy in the locker room that was always so good. And now I think what's going on now with you being chosen as the Commanders, Walter Payton Man of the Year, so awesome. You know, I've been around for a while, as you can see by these gray hairs, and seen a lot of guys get a lot of really cool awards, but I don't think there's been a more impactful and a better award than the one that you just won. And it just makes my heart sing that this type of award goes to you, person that deserves it as much as anyone I know. Wonderful husband, dad to these three awesome little girls, and Charles made a lot of people proud. Love you.
All right, Charles, what are your thoughts on hearing that? And more importantly, what kind of role did Chris Peterson make you in terms of the NFL Man of the Year?
Yeah, so my thoughts on that is, well, it's all tied together, man. The impact that Coach Pete made on my life and others' lives that I played with, it can't go, like, it's not measurable. He was never a football coach to me, never. He was a life coach, and the best life coach I ever had. He set every single one of us young men up with the tools to be successful in life. If you were there and if you were paying attention, if you were listening, and if you were, putting it to action, he did that. An incredible human being, my favorite coach of all time, just for what he done for me and the things that he instilled in us and taught us every single day outside of football. Like I said, it's not even about football when it comes to Coach Pete. Everything he did was more than football. It was about life. It was setting young men up to be successful in life. And that's what you want out of a college coach. Of course, winning and all that type of stuff comes along with it. You want those things, but that's not what it's all about. Because at the end of the day, you're going to need things outside of football to help carry you on in life. And that's what he did. So I have nothing but the utmost respect and the utmost love for Coach Peterson and what he did for me and for my family, because it's bigger than football, and that's what he is.
Oh, that's a powerful couple of minutes right there on Idaho Sports Talk. Charles Leno Jr. with us right now talking about Chris Peterson and your foundation. You know, you're up for the NFL Man of the Year that is announced at the NFL Honors Award ceremony the night before the Super Bowl. We hope, you know, you get that call and hopefully you're standing on the stage with your wife and your 3 daughters and accepting this trophy, Charles Leno Jr. Tell us a little bit, you know, about the foundation. Because I know there's a lot of Boise State fans that still root for you and they still listen to you and watch you, and they want to help Charles Leno Jr. How can people get involved in Boise in what you're doing, man?
Yeah, so first and foremost, I would love to get some nominations. So we're going to be opening up nominations for our Leno Claus event. Our Leno Claus event is around Christmas time. It's the first 20 days of December. We work with different nonprofits and organizations, and you can nominate. And you can in the last 5 days, the next 5 days, we work with different families and adopt families. But with Leno Claus event coming up and how big it's gotten very large over the last couple of years. We're going to be opening up nominations early. I want to say around April or May, somewhere around there. That's for that event. Nominate a nonprofit, nominate someone early on, definitely a nonprofit in Boise that you believe that deserves some, you know, help and some awareness and some spotlight. That's that. And also just go to beyondtheentertainer.org. That is our nonprofit website, monetary donations, and there's also spread all the awareness on our Twitter account. That's BTE72, because Beyond the Entertainer was too long for that. And then Instagram is at Beyond the Entertainer. So just definitely just keep shedding light, keep trying to grow my organization, because that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to keep expanding. What's really big is, you know, the donations, because what's coming up this 2023 season and off season is we're having a mentorship program. And what I did was this past year at DC during the season, we had a few athletes from the Special Olympics come out. And what we did was they shadowed different organizations, different roles in the building, in our organization. Mm-hmm. So we had one person shadow a strength and conditioning coach, one person shadow an assistant coach, one person shadow a nutritionist and athletic training. And we just wanted to give them a life and let them see what it's like and what their role is behind the scenes for the athlete. We have all these things. This kind of ties into my organization name. We have all these things that make up the athlete, the entertainer, but people don't think beyond it. They just think that what happens on Sunday or what happens, you know, at the concert or whatever. But there's so many people that make up this entertainer that we want to shed light on that. So our mentorship program will be helping youth and young adults get in their foot in the door to help and, you know, seek entertainment and different opportunities behind the scenes of an entertainer, whether that's football, basketball, you know, musician and all.
Charles Leno Jr., you can follow him both on Twitter and Instagram at Charles Leno Jr. 72 at both social media sites. And there's tons of activity. Let's talk real quick before we let you get back to real life here about this 2000 Charity Challenge. It looks like you're in second place, and it's all linked to the Walter Payton Man of the Year Award and the hashtag WPMOY Challenge. Look that up on social media. Patrick Mahomes is number 1 in this charity challenge. Charles Leno, you're number 2 in this charity challenge. How can we get you past Patrick Mahomes? How can people help with this charity challenge?
All right. So retweet equals votes. And what you have to do is retweet anything that you say, anything that you tweet with hashtag Walter Payton Man of the Year Leno and challenge. Walter Payton the Man of the Year Challenge Leno. And that is hashtag WPMOY Challenge Leno.
Gotcha.
And you'll find it and just tweet anything, every single thing you do over the next 24 hours, just tweet. say, "Oh, I'm using the bathroom." Hashtag Walter Payton. Oh, I'm taking the dogs on a walk. Hashtag, whatever it is. Oh, whatever it is, you tweet it, and if you see it, you retweet it, and that equals votes. The more votes we get over the next 24 hours, it's double vote days. That one retweet will equal 2 votes. So that's what you can do to help out the cause for me winning or staying in second place, or even passing Patrick Mahomes. It's possible.
Yes.
He has millions and millions of followers.
Right.
It's a long shot, but we gonna keep pushing for it.
I think the fact that you're in second place in this right now, Chuck, speaks volumes when you see Mahomes and his brand that's number 1 right now. Last time you came on, you said, look, DeMarcus Lawrence gets a lot of pub, but he doesn't touch me. This year, you played against your buddy Tank twice. Chuck, no sacks for Tank on the Commanders this year, and I'm a little disappointed. You had 2 holding penalties this year. Last year, you only had 1, and you said that was a garbage call. This year, are you prepared to say right now that your 2 holding penalties this year were unjust?
Oh, I gotta remember. I don't even remember these 2 holding penalties, so they had to be garbage. Right? I don't. Honestly, I really don't even remember the 2 holding penalties because I don't like to hold. I don't like to do all that stuff.
I love it.
But at the end of the day, yes. Just look at the tape. DeMarcus, or Tank, or everybody calls him Tank, when he lines up over me, it's shut down every time. You can tell him I said that.
Yes.
He got to go to the right side. He's natural rushing over the right tackle. Go over there. And every single time I see him in the game, I'm always like, Tank, what's up, man? You coming over to my side? Yeah, I'm going to be over there. He comes over there one play, and he's gone the next. So that's what he's been doing. He's been coming to say hi to me. He's been more so coming to say hi to me than he is trying to actually do something.
Charles, it's a blast as always. Hopefully we can get you on as we get further down in the offseason. And I will tell my listeners right now, anything you tweet or on Instagram, hashtag WPMOY Challenge Leno. Tweet that, and you can help Charles Leno Jr. Become the Walter Payton Man of the Year award winner and a lot of other good stuff he's doing. One of the best in the league. Charles, we appreciate your time always here in Boise. Have a great offseason, man.
All right. I appreciate it. Thank you very much, and hope to see you guys soon.
Yeah, Charles Leno Jr. They're great dude, man. Love bringing Chuck on the show, Prater. Let's get to the news. How about Leon Rice? Did you hear what he said about Chibuzo Abo? Leon Rice and the Boise State basketball team tomorrow night in Vegas. You got to stick around for this one. Coming up next on Prater The Ballgame.
This is Idaho Sports Talk with Prater.